How's it going, everybody? Continuing on in Luke 14. And the servant said, Lord, it is done as thou hast commanded, and yet there is room. And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and the hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. For I say unto you, that none of those men which were bidden shall taste of my supper. And there went great multitudes with him, and he turned and said unto them, If any man come to me, oh, here it goes, and hate not his father, his mother, his wife, and his children, and brethren, and sisters, and even his own life, he can't be my disciple. In other words, let's take somebody, for instance, say like, yeah, I know Christmas is pagan, but because of my kids or because of my grandkids or, my wife really likes it. So for her, I do it. No, you got to hate on them. It's not an emotional hatred where you would think of hating your parent, but you cannot put them in front of God, not even your own life. Do you really think that the Lord is expecting you to hate yourself? Emotionally hate yourself? No. But you cannot put your own affairs ahead of all of God's commandments. And there's a lot of commandments where he speaks in authoritative ways. There's no free will to do anything, but the Bible is instruction. It's for the sheep. And if you're a true sheep, you will do all that. All of this will flow naturally. So it goes right back to when they said, hey, your mother and your brothers are outside and they can't see you. And he said, who are my mother and my brothers? And he stretched forth his hands to his apostles that were in front of him. He said, behold, my mother and my brothers. Because the mother is Jerusalem, the mother is the church. So, yeah, it's very interesting Bible verse. It throws a lot of people off, but yeah, you can't commit all those sins listed in Galatians 5:19-21 that say, those which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom. You can't commit those sins because of anybody else's involvement, because your mom or your dad or your wife or your children, anybody. Anyway, and whosoever does not bear his cross, it's the daily cross, the blood baptism, and come after me cannot be my disciple. You're crucifying self daily, your flesh. For which of you, intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Lest haply after he had laid the foundation, he is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Well, what king is going to make war against another king doesn't sit down first and consult with everybody and make sure that he's got enough men to win the battle, right? Whether he is able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000. All right, so let's move on over to Daniel 11. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword, by flame, by captivity, and by spoil many days. That's the church, they that understand. Now, when they shall fall, they shall be holpen with little help, but many shall cleave to them with flatteries. And some of them of understanding, sheep, shall fall to try them. That's what the great tribulation is for. And to purge, and to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for the time appointed. And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done, neither shall this, again, the whole Antichrist abomination of desolation. Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any God, for he shall magnify himself above all. But in his estate shall he honor the God of forces, a God of whom his fathers knew not, shall he honor with gold and silver, with precious stones and pleasant things. Thus shall he do in the most strongholds with a strong God, whom he shall acknowledge and increase with glory, and he shall cause them to rule over many, and shall divide the land for gain. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.